Hi everybody, in this video we'll be reviewing Viral by Arcane Wonders.
We picked up Viral at Gen Con 2018 and we've been enjoying playing it over the last almost a year.
Yeah, I really like it. First of all, it's adorable. Look at that little fella. It's just so adorable while it's shutting down your organs and making you die and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. It really is. The artwork is fantastic, from all of the cards to the organs themselves, the body on the board game. The art is something that we usually talk about, and definitely in this one, it looks great on the bookshelf, and it's kind of one of those games that seeing it while we're walking around the merch hall, it jumped out to really want to pick up.
It's very distinctive, and I also like that the artwork makes it easy to see which are your pieces and which are your opponent's pieces. So it's a area control game, and you are playing as viruses invading a body.
It's really neat, and the first time you play it, it might seem a little bit difficult. Mm-hmm. It might seem like it's really complicated, but once you start playing, it's not. The game really is pretty intuitive as far as what are you doing, what are the orders.
It's printed on the game. They've got like cheat sheet symbols on the board itself to kind of help remind you what phase you're in and what happens next.
So it's a quick game to play. It's an easy game to play, and I really enjoy it.
I particularly like that the mechanics of the game fit really well in with essentially the story that the game is creating. There's at one point that you have each round, there's a different card that's drawn that adds kind of a complication. It might be kind of a symptom, it might be a doctor, there's all sorts of different things, and those all affect how things play out that round. But they also make perfect sense when you think about like, oh yeah, the diarrhea card flushes everything in the intestines.
Yeah. Yes, that's kind of fun. This game you can play two-player. Now, I know that we've talked about some two-player games, and a number of you brought up the fact that there are games that are out there that aren't really two-player. It's that when you have two people, someone has to play a dummy character. Mm-hmm. And that is how this game works. So maybe it's not a true two-player game, but the dummy character really is just that. You can't use... So if Dawn's controlling it this round, she can't use that dummy character to essentially have a 2-on-1 against me. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times it feels like that third player, the board player, the computer player, dummy character, whatever you want to call it, it sometimes feels like it's not really doing much, but it is important that you have it in there. Sometimes it'll trigger things or cause you or the other person to change your strategy, but it's really easy to do, and it doesn't become some way of ganging up on each other.
Once you reach a kind of milestone with points, the game has you flip over a couple of the tokens, and that changes the point values of the different areas. So that's a neat aspect that changes it a little bit partway through the game. Also, the fact that there are more of those tokens than there are spaces, that changes up, as well as all the complication cards. It's definitely has a lot of replay value.
Yeah, it's something that you can keep coming back to, and it's fun with a larger group, and we do enjoy playing it just one-on-one.
It's a good game for adults as well as kids, especially I think older kids, and a fun way to kind of introduce like germ theory to your children in a fun educational way.
Yeah, definitely a family-friendly game. Or maybe if you're introducing these types of board games to folks that have only ever played Monopoly before, this is definitely a good one for that.
If you got scientists or medical friends, they might be interested in this.
I do like that there's a few different strategies that you can play. It can become aggressive, like you can directly attack other players, so if you want to play aggressively like that, that's a strategy. You can try to just swarm the organs and keep area control that way. You can try to be really defensive, or you can try to just have a few viruses in all the different organs. So pick a strategy that sounds good to you and run with it that way. Plus, it's neat because there are cards that you can pick up throughout the game, so your virus sort of gets stronger. You're not just stuck with what your initial hand is.
There's also a fun mechanic of everybody chooses their cards and then reveals at the same time. So I find it fun to try and figure out where I think other people are going, to try and strategize that way. And sometimes it backfires because they're trying to figure out where I'm going, so we go in opposite directions. But that's a fun mechanic of not only just you're playing the board, but I think that's a mechanic where it is you are playing the other players in a competitive aspect that's not PvP.
Yeah, it's a little bit more trying to figure out their strategy. There is a PvP aspect if you want to go that way, but you're always sort of that trying to figure out the next move of the other person. So that's Viral by Arcane Wonders. Have you played this, or have you played some of their other games? You might want to go ahead and pick this one up. Do you have a favorite strategy or a favorite virus that you like to play? Let us know in the comments below.
Thanks so much for watching. We make videos here Tuesdays and Thursdays, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.
A big thanks to all of our patrons, and especially to RV. If you want to support our channel, you can head over to our Patreon page and check out the perks of being a patron.
So until next time, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn.
And we are Roll for Initiative. Bye! We're sitting on different sides. It's weird. Hi, I'm Dawn! You ready?
Yeah.